My name is Peter Wade, a long-standing tour guide in Morecambe. I've done that for about 30 years. And here at Morecambe Heritage, I'm one of the team volunteers doing, answering questions, really. That's the main thing. We're a kind of informal tourist information centre, given that there aren't any. Now we're in the front lines, and we've been in existence for 10 years. We started off next door to the Winter Gardens on the promenade in what is now Bedland, and then we moved to here in the Arndale Centre. We're just across from Poundland, and we actually do quite well here, so we get visitors, we get some of the locals as well who pop in regularly, and we stock cards and pictures and various souvenirs of Morecambe. So it's quite enjoyable. Some days are very, very busy, so today actually is one of those days. We've had about 30 people through the doors, which is pretty good. At most, we might get 50 or so, which is comparable to what the museums in Lancaster would actually do as well. So it's quite a good location for us.
What else can people see here when they get memorabilia of Morecambe and history?
They can, and then we put on special exhibitions. What we have in at the moment, the remains of a very large exhibition which got lottery funding as well, which was to look at VE Day and VJ Day as well as they occurred here in Morecambe, very much away from the front line, but it did play its part, although it was a rather secretive one, and in some ways remains so.
We're going to be seeing more of you in another video, aren't we? We're going to do a walk around Morecambe, looking at all the different buildings with historical value and maybe some of the characters that have shaped the past of Morecambe and hopefully the future of Morecambe as well.
Yes, indeed. So Morecambe is, I think, a fascinating place. It has buildings of character. It reflects a boom in building in the 1890s, and then another one which came along in the 1930s. And we sort of live here under the shadow of, well, the Winter Gardens as an example of the 1890s, and of course the seafront Midland Hotel for the 1930s. So a look round some of the buildings, some of the obvious ones, but then some of the not so obvious ones. They're always the most interesting as well. And the characters. Morecambe's packed full of characters, which are all part of the attraction. So we'll be hunting down some of them as well.